Okay, we had a
Okay.
technical problem and we restarted the recording. Welcome to Fear versus Greed. Ice K, do you want to reintroduce yourself briefly, and then we'll get Zartak's introduction? Apologies, guys.
No worries, no
Yeah.
worries. Yeah, brief summary is that I've been in crypto since 2017. Been looking into DeFi, ever since the 2020 pump, and been all around rebase tokens, Tomb forks, Home forks, obviously, and now Titano forks are here. And hopefully, I can share my knowledge about the space and show what we're here to build.
Okay. Thank you for that. Zartak, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, let me know what you want to know exactly.
Sure. Well, what's the first DeFi project that you ever invested in?
The first ever DeFi project it was what was it actually? I don't remember. It was Platypus Finance.
Platypus Finance. I'm not actually familiar with that. When was that?
It was like something like 6 months ago, something like that. They have
Ah,
stablecoin bridge right now.
how are they doing?
They are doing really good. It's really good stablecoin bridge. Really low fees.
Well,
Then I did the full Tom Fox seasons.
I meant, how is your investment doing?
Always good. Always made money.
Good.
I've been trading mostly, not necessarily investing in protocol. Just playing with people investing, literally trading, making fast money, pretty much safe investment, not necessarily waiting or anything like that, or investing for too much or putting money for too long in a protocol, but mostly fast move and going back to stablecoin. I'm cautious with cryptocurrency myself. That's the way I play.
How did you get introduced into platypus money? Was it a word of mouth, or did you find it on a forum or something? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember. I was already let's say informing myself around crypto way before that. Not necessarily investing, but kind of my head in trying to understand many stuff, looking at many projects, just trying to figure out what is there to understand. And then I finally stepped in when a friend of mine actually told me that it was a good idea to do it. I just said, okay, I will try, see how it goes, experience myself, experiment.
Okay. Um, Ice K wants to know if we can present the web page. It is a project presentation. I've got it up on my computer right now, which means that it is recording it. Um, but that's not quite going to do because you need to be the one to actually present it. I wonder if there is a way to share my screen. Um, maybe we. What do you think, Ice K?
Um,
Should we just
for-
mush on, or do you want me to go ahead through the presentation? Is it a long presentation? Because I could present it if you don't.
no, it's just yeah, it's a few slides. I can just if you don't mind presenting it, I
Sh-
can
sure.
tell you
So
when to go through
it
the next
says
slides. Yeah.
MetaDragon's Innovative Protocol Project Presentation. Let's go to the next
Oh,
slide.
I see. You aren't able to actually show it.
I just don't know how. I just wasn't prepared for this. I've got it up on the web
Okay,
page right now.
that's okay.
It says
What
web
are you recording with? What are you using
OBS.
as a OBS? Okay, so you record all your screen during the. So okay, so we can see your screen, but I mean, if yourself you want to show something on your screen, you can, but we won't be able to see if you don't stream on Discord. But if later you need that recording for people watching, then yeah, you can do it actually.
Right, that's what I
You can
was
just
thinking. I mean, is there a button that says I can share my screen right now? I don't, I'm
on
sorry
Discord. Yeah.
guys, I'm not used to, I've never done
If
this
yeah,
before.
actually you are owner of the Discord, so you can actually do it here.
Yeah, but where,
So
where do I click?
do you see this actually? This is where you stream on Discord. It's wait, I'll show you here. here. Bottom right, actually, if you can see.
I don't have that button because I'm on this stage, I believe. Well, that's okay. We're sharing it for the YouTube video. Um,
Okay.
okay.
Um,
We want to combine quality NFTs with DeFi on the Chronos mainnet. Crypto.com, Chronos, is a platform bringing mainstream adoption to crypto through their DeFi wallet app. There is still a big piece of the Chronos pie to add, and we want to bring something new to that ecosystem. Do you guys want me to go ahead or do you want to comment here?
it's okay. You don't have to read through the whole presentation. I can just go through it. So I know you're looking at that slide, and I can just talk through it because it'll probably be kind of redundant. And there's just a few things pretty much that we want to go through. But basically, yeah, we want to hopefully integrate NFTs into our project. Well, exactly what we're building. But yeah, if you don't mind going to the next slide, I can talk on that.
Sure, whitelist and advantages.
Yep. So we raised 85K, which was our 100% goal in our seed sale, and we are now heading into whitelist. Um, and our seed sale listed here is May 15th, but we've decided to be pushing back a few days just because obviously market sentiment is really bad right now,
I think it's the
and not a
worst
lot of
it's
people
ever been
in the
since
past.
in
Yeah,
DeFi,
in the
at least
past,
since DeFi has been
and
sort of a thing.
exactly. Um, so many protocols are dying. A bunch of tomb forks just losing peg. It's pretty rough to see. Um, so we're gonna, kind of utilize this and see if we can't time it a little better. But all the way, we're still gonna be building, and hopefully we can time it a little bit better. Yeah. But that's our whitelist one, and then our whitelist two that's going to be coming up, and then we have our public pre-sale. Um, and then after that, the NFT collection will be launching before our coin launch. So then people will be able to use our NFTs straight from day one.
And is it an APR booster? What is the advantage of the NFT?
Yeah, we'll get into the use cases in the next few slides.
Okay, can I ask a couple questions, or are you afraid we'll get sidetracked?
Oh no, that's fine. Go ahead.
What kind of games are you guys running? I mean, what's your favorite game that you guys are running? You can also include any sort of Discord activity. I mean, what is your favorite way to give whitelists? What's the most effective way? Do you guys want to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, whitelist right now, because of market sentiment, has been also like a lot of discords have been very inactive. I think everyone's busy trying to catch their other money that's falling apart
Oh
with
yeah,
even with
everybody's licking
USD
their
and
wounds. They're not looking for,
yeah,
they're not
exactly.
looking to invest. They're looking to protect.
Yeah.
But are you asking what kind of whitelist we like to get ourselves, or what kind of whitelist we like to make
No, I'm
for people
asking,
to?
what do you think the most effective way
Oh,
of giving out whitelists is, or what is your favorite way? For instance, um, I like it when people do a Twitter thread that they write themselves, that it's in their own words, that they share with their own audience. Um, I think that's my favorite way of giving out whitelists. Or like that's the best whitelist that I can think of.
Twitter. Okay, I see. Well, personally, I think that it actually depends. It depends of the kind of community you get, the kind of project you make, because according to the project you will make, there will be different way to make whitelists that will be more fitting your project or not. For example, if you make a GameFi, coding a little game to get whitelist is actually nice. And personally, I don't have necessarily like the way I prefer myself to get whitelisted is to play a game. Like for example, I don't know, Kaiju Kings or whatever, DeFi Mon, any GameFi NFT project where you literally the devs actually code a mini game that you have to win, get maybe in the leaderboard or just win it and you get whitelist this way. I think it's the most funny way to get whitelisted.
Do you guys have a unique game in MetaDragons?
No, absolutely not.
Are you a coder yourself, Zartak?
No, I'm not. The
Oh,
devs are not here.
okay. Okay. Um, okay, can I go to the next slide, or do you want to
Yeah,
go ahead
yeah,
and chime in? Okay, we'll go to the next slide. Next slide
yeah,
says our ambitions. Do you guys want to take it from here?
yeah. So, yeah, yeah. So, in short, basically, we want to, take our knowledge of other protocols, take what works and takes what doesn't work, and obviously utilize it into here. And we've also had a bunch of, innovation workshops internally to see what it is that we could bring, that's different, that could, still, reward the investors as well as, help the protocol itself as well. Um, and basically make sure that we educate our investors through, obviously, different type of, obviously, white papers or educational content in terms of infographics and stuff like that. And in the background, we're always working, trying to work with some other protocols that have a good name in the Kronos blockchain, that we're in communication with, and hopefully we can help create a good ecosystem moving forward.
Okay. Do you want me to go to the next slide, or can I ask
Yes.
a question? Have you guys heard
Oh,
of
yeah.
Kronos Sale?
Chrono sale? No.
It's a project that is basically competing with Pink Sale. You guys are familiar with Pink Sale, I think.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay. I was just wondering if you had heard of them because they are starting out on the Kronos network and you guys are on the Kronos network, and I wasn't sure if there was some sort of Kronos network camaraderie or something like that.
So you
Oh,
mean
in terms of,
any
oh,
connection
go ahead.
between MetaDragon and any other project on Kronos?
Oh, well, I was just wondering about Kronos Sale. There's somebody we did an AMA with, and they've got a
Okay. Mm.
pretty ambitious project. And they do a lot of well, like Pink Sale. Not only do they do a pre-sale platform, but they do promotion, incubation, networking. Okay, next slide says our tokenomics.
Yes. So this is just the starting token supply that we have come up with. The main thing to look at here is obviously the team tokens that we are supplying with is only 4%. This is something that we decided as a team is a lot of protocols start with very high team tokens. And these team tokens actually for us are only going to be vested over 180 days. Um, if if I won't name any other protocols, but we've seen in protocols taking as high as 30% in team tokens. And the problem that I see with protocols and taking team tokens is that they have to dump on the investors, um, which is in order to take profit, which is not something we like to see, and it's a hard thing to come by in terms of learning how to be able to make it so that you can reward the each team member in terms of obviously that sustainability, because in order to make a protocol, you have to at least hire and pay the team members as well, but you also don't want to dump on the investors. So we thought that 4% was a fair way to have our team uh, participate in the protocol and be confident in what it is that we're producing. But then also we can pay salaries based on uh, a small amount of the treasury that we raise as we grow, right? So that's incentive to for us as builders to create the protocol and pay ourselves, but also not dump on the investors. Um,
So, how will you decide when to sell portions of your token?
so that's actually an interesting question because my my mindset is that no one can tell a team member when or when not to sell. It's pretty in terms of the space right now. if any team member sells, it becomes like all hellfire and oh my god, this person sold, right? And for example, I'll only say it because this was publicly announced, but for example, I'm not sure if you're aware of 2 which was the Tomb fork that obviously showed a lot of success, but there was a point where Forgiving, their developer, sold when it was at the peak, and he pretty much left the project, and it starts to create a problem when you have all these team tokens and you feel like you can't sell. Obviously, we're going to encourage our team holders to obviously keep their tokens, but we cannot tell them when to sell. So this is why we made the team allocation so low, because we don't want to hurt the protocol. And as the protocol grows, we have to work for the protocol itself to grow in order to pay ourselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like we don't intend to pay ourselves mostly with the protocol itself, but more with every step we will add, like every features, every new things in the future. Like in each step, there will be a payment for the team, but then when every step is kind of released, it won't be like, okay, now there will be this amount constantly being paid, even if we do nothing. You know what I mean? Pretty much that.
Sure. Oh, dang. I wanted to introduce Lola, and I was actually just about to do that before we went to the next slide. Uh, she
Hmm.
has uh, she has left the stage. She's busy. She's the owner of a project called Cash Club, co-owner. Um,
Hmm.
anyway, do you want to talk about a bit more about the tokenomics, or would you like me to go to the next slide?
The next slide is fine.
Okay.
Talk about tokenomics. You mean like, do you have any question yourself about the tokenomics? Something that you've seen in the documentation, or anything you'd like us to answer about?
Um,
To us to answer,
when
actually.
you say partnerships, you're talking about marketing, correct?
Yeah,
Correct.
but um, like it depends. There is two form of partnership we wanted to mention in the roadmap. There is the ones we plan, so the one we aim for the future, so actually great, way bigger partnership, and the one we start with, like still quality partnership that we want to have before we launch, but not necessarily. It doesn't mean collaboration. For example, as a first partnership we'd like to have, it will be a quality one with only one project on Crow to start with, and like to be more honest on how big we are, right? We cannot aim for any big partnership if we are so small. But then there is like it also means the partnership we aim in the future, such as some I forgot if we talk about it or not. Ice, is it something
Uh,
we are supposed to talk so soon, or not really?
no, no.
Okay, okay. So yeah, what I just said.
Do you guys want me to read the next slide, or do you want to?
Oh, no, no. So the next slide I'm thinking you're looking at is uh, the description, correct? This is the basic description about our token, which is NDG, and it will be an auto staker with starting off at 95,000% APY, and we're going to be integrating our NFTs into it. So that's just a brief description of auto staker, auto compounder, um, and we can go into the next slide for uh, our lottery system that we're planning.
Okay, tell us about the lottery system.
Yeah, so for the lottery system, this is based on our NFTs that we mint. We are going to be making it so that 12.5% of the funds raised will be going back to the investors in the form of a lottery. This is actually something that, at least to my knowledge, I haven't seen before. A lot of NFT projects don't give back in this way, and 12.5% is a big chunk. and we wanted to make it so that we reward the minters and the community. And the way this will work is that it'll go back to three winners, and this 12.5% is going to be going on for a few weeks, so that let's say if we raise $40,000, or sorry, the 12.5% is equivalent to, let's say, $40,000. We'll be spreading that across each week, and then if there are 3 winners in the week, they get a chunk, and then to make it fair, those winners will be blacklisted for the next lottery next week to be able to win.
Okay, that
Sorry for
sounds
that,
cool.
for the
How are
other
you
people to
guys
be able to
going
win.
to choose the winner? Are you gonna write a contract, or maybe you'll just take a number of holders and then do a random number generator? I'm just
Yeah, no,
curious.
random generators actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
for
don't
the
have a
event.
specific way picked right now. Like we don't have it already planned. Like right now, at the time we talk, the generative way we will do it, but it will be fully random. So we will just pick. So yeah,
Yeah,
we
that
can't
should be
really
fun.
answer your question in details, but it will be only thing we can say. It will be fully random. Yeah, that's the only way we can go actually.
No, I
Yeah, you
understand. I
can
mean,
go.
we do giveaways and
Yeah.
things, and people sometimes are like, "Well, how are you doing this?" And the answer is, I take all the names, I put them in a
Hmm.
spreadsheet that automatically numbers the names. I go to random.org, put it put the total number in, and then
Hmm.
hit random, and it gives me a number. So that's how I do it.
Yeah,
I
there's a
assume that the
there's a
random.org is fair, you know.
yeah, there's a random, obviously manual way to do it. You can even get some code to do it if you want, and as easy as putting it in a line of code. Get all the NFT minter addresses, and then
Maybe you
pick
could
3
get one of
randomly
those
there.
big lottery machines from the 80s where you spin the handle and all the balls roll around and you could pick
Yeah, this one I
balls.
actually like. This one I remember.
That'd be great.
Let's see. NFT use cases.
Yeah. Um, so that's just a basic slide. If you go to the next one, um, basically the way that we're going to have it work is that you can have your NFT and you can stake it. And that once you stake it, it'll be locked for 48 hours. And this will make it so that obviously you choose carefully in which NFTs you want to utilize. And then the number 2 part is when you mint and hold, um, or in this case, stake. If you mint and stake, this will put you into the lottery, the 12.5% lottery that I had just mentioned.
I see. Um, so you must mint to be eligible for the lottery. Is that true?
Correct.
Yeah,
You must
exactly.
mint, and then
Because
you must
otherwise,
stake.
um, people can buy the NFTs from the secondary market and be eligible. So literally everyone. So yeah, it only
I
goes
hope
through Mint.
I hope you guys will make that extremely clear. I recently got screwed because I
Mm,
bought the Me 6 NFT, and
mm.
I
Hmm.
bought it off the secondary marketplace. And then they announced that people who minted will be able to keep the lifetime benefits even after they sell. Now, this is ridiculous because the mint
Right.
price and the secondary market price was essentially the same. I mean, the secondary market was slightly cheaper, so naturally I
Hmm.
went for it. And they didn't announce this until
Hmm.
after I had bought. To me, this is essentially criminal. I mean, they offered a product and then they changed the rules after people had bought it. In fact, they have still never airdropped. It's been almost a month. I mean, I bought that April 17th. The reveal was supposed to be, no, I bought it, yeah, it's been over a month because the reveal was
Hmm.
supposed to be on April 17th. And then April 17th came and they said, we're going to delay a couple days. And now it's a month later. I still don't have my NFT. I still don't have access to the features which I bought. I don't have anything except $750 poorer, you know.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah. So
Yeah, well,
sorry for
the
we're
that
the
making
only
this
sorry
thing we
for
can
that
exact
say
same
is
brief
mint.
like,
diatribe. But yeah, make sure that you guys make that perfectly clear because I'm
Yes.
still angry about it.
Anything we put in our documentation doesn't change later. It's everything is said from the beginning. It's really clear on each point, and it will never change until we do it. So
Should I go to the next slide? I'm on the one that says fire and water.
Yeah.
Okay, this one
I'm guessing you see like
says,
a big infographic, correct?
yes, it says liquid dragon at the top left.
Correct. So this is um, the infographic for our actual NFTs. So we have liquid dragons and we have fire dragons, and then we have dragon items. And if you look in the middle of the screen on the middle left, there will be 3 different slots that you can stake your NFTs. There will be a liquid dragon slot, a fire dragon slot, and a dragon item slot. Now, what liquid dragons do, these NFTs will reduce the buy tax by 2% each, and the fire dragons will reduce the sell tax by 2% each. And what the dragon items will do is double the effect when you have a dragon. And you can see the supply. There will be 1,500 of each of the dragons and 1,000. Actually, that's 990 because there will be 10 legendary dragons, which we'll get to in later. But and so you can stake these dragons, and the items each have their own slot, and there's a maximum of 2 dragons that you can stake in each slot. However, for the dragon item, you can only stake 1 dragon item in that slot. So what this enables you to do is then strategize how you want to go about, playing in the protocol, whether that's minting NFTs and getting potentially a lower buy or sell tax. And if you put 2 dragons in 1 slot and then also have a dragon item that doubles the effect of that, essentially you can get up to 8% less reduction on your buy and sell taxes.
yeah,
Is there, are there a lot of different items or just this?
just one,
Oh, it's
just
a
one.
It'll be
X2X. And
correct.
so when you mint, will it be a random whether you're going to get an item or a dragon?
That
It's
is correct.
random. You can get either fire, water, or items. Yeah,
What are the percentages of fire, dragon, and item?
same, all of them. Same
Thir
percentage of
33%.
yeah,
No,
30%.
no, it would be because there's only well, it says 1,000 here, but it's 990 items, dragon items, and then there's 1,500 of fire dragons and 1,500 of liquid dragons.
Okay, yeah, this
So
is
the
a really
total,
really cool idea. I don't think I've seen it before. Who came up with this idea?
it was us collectively. We had some brainstorming ideas, and we thought that being able to do this will enable people to, um, play with the protocol and strategize.
Yeah, we just
Uh,
wanted something simple enough for people to understand, so it's not really too complicated. But we wanted something complex enough for people to be able to strategize and just, for example, if they estimate that they won't get the dragon they want, they can go to the secondary market. So that will actually fix some price, to the secondary market because according to the rarity, to the use case, how much people want it or not, or if they are ready to risk and mint again randomly. Let's say, for example, if they want to buy like it's their last step of the NFT mint, and they don't want to risk because maybe they won't get the item and they want to buy it in the secondary market. I think there will be multiple ways to get the NFTs they want exactly. Maybe they don't want the item, maybe they just want one NFT, maybe two, maybe they just want one family, just releasing the sell tax and not the buy tax. I don't know actually. Maybe some people are already whitelisted and already invested, and they don't need to have a buy tax because they don't intend to buy more, for example. It actually depends. So there is ways for each people to choose how they want to play it, but at the same time, it's still simple enough for everyone to understand. Actually,
What is the mint price?
it will
80.
be 80 USDC.
Yeah,
80 USDC. So negative 2% buy tax. What is 80 divided by 2%?
80
Four,
divided by
four,
2%?
4,000.
It's
So that
more.
means that you would, if you got the liquid dragon and you
Yes.
bought $4,000 worth, it would pay for itself. That my calculations, I just did that real quick. I know I did
Mhm.
that. I did that in kind of a weird way, didn't I? 80 divided by 2%, but I believe that's correct. That's just
Yeah.
how my mind works, and um,
Uh,
I have made a, um, I don't know, I made a career partially on my math skills. Hold on just one second.
yes.
I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Um,
Okay.
oh, I see. But then if you were to get two of these,
Yes.
let's see, 160 divided by 104%.
See, this
I
is
see.
kind of like what we were looking for. People can kind of calculate how they want to go about the protocol, which is
Right. It seems like
interesting and stuff.
if
Yeah.
you're gonna put more than $4,000 in, it doesn't it's you definitely want to mint, and you want to hope that
Mhm.
you get a liquid dragon and and then
And
either a
technically,
fire
mhm.
dragon or an axe.
And technically, depending on what, obviously, if it gets past mint, or launch and date and mint date when it sells, if it sells out, right? Um, you have to make sure that you get them before they actually mint out. And obviously, in order to take part in the lottery, you have to be a minter. You can mint and you can sell that on the open market and then get a different dragon and potentially stake that later when we take the snapshot. But um, in terms of being able to be participating in the lottery, you have to be your wallet has to be a mint wallet.
So you don't have to have the same item you minted, you just have to have minted anything.
Correct.
That's
And
interesting.
also stake it. Yeah.
You can mint one of the dragons and get the other on the marketplace as long as you minted once and you have it stacked, you're eligible for the lottery.
Okay,
You don't
got
have
you.
to have everything minted, just one.
Um, do you want me to go to the next slide?
Yeah. If you don't have any questions.
I think I get it. I really do. Unless, do you think I missed? Okay, it says
No.
bonus. Having three staked NFTs makes you eligible to win a legendary dragon NFT, only 10 available with a surprise effect. Does that mean that you won't tell us what the effect is during the ceremony?
Exactly, yeah.
That is that
We
is
could have
correct.
done that, but yeah, we choose not to.
When when will these dragons be, or when will the winners be chosen?
We will be specifying that at a later date.
Okay.
Yeah, and also we will be including one legendary dragon in the mint pool. So that's also another incentive to mint. Um,
Oh, there will
yeah.
be
So
one dragon in the mint pool. I see. One
correct.
legendary dragon.
Correct.
Okay, next slide says our social networks. Is that the end of the presentation? Nice job,
That is
guys. I like that it's
that is
animated. I like all the dragon silhouettes. Yeah, a really nice presentation. I might have to do a presentation like this for DreamFi because this is really nice.
mhm.
So good, yeah, definitely good job with that. Um,
Thank you.
oh, oh, I see. Meta Dragon's Crow. Okay. Um, so who, how did you guys choose a rebasing token? I mean, was this was there a heated debate? Was it, or was it sort of one man, one idea, one vision that carried you guys all through?
Choosing a rebase token, it wasn't any. It was one guy who insisted at the very beginning of the project and got removed from the team, from the general team after.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I didn't really want to get into this, but it actually affects
Yeah.
my, it
but
affects
I mean,
my members because, for
I think
instance, I am uh, I do hold, what am I trying to say? I bought into the seed sale at Smoking Gorillas, and now you guys, now I'm
Hmm.
a, how do I say it? And now I have a seed allocation with Meta Dragons, and
Hmm.
I told some of my members that I was going
Hmm.
to do it, and some of them followed me in. So
Hmm.
Fear versus Greed was affected heavily
Hmm.
by this. Now we're still waiting to see what the fallout will be. Um,
Hmm.
but if you guys want to talk about that a little bit, you can. It's up to you guys.
it depends about
Um,
what. I didn't
yeah,
really get everything actually.
Well, basically, all I'm saying is that Meta Dragons was part of a different project, or was a different project called Smoking Gorillas. I bought into Smoking
correct.
Gorillas, and I told my group that I was buying in, and some of them followed me in. I don't know how many followed me in, but I
Hmm?
wouldn't
Hmm.
be surprised if it was 5 or 10 people. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Hmm.
It might have been a lot more than that. I really don't know.
Hmm?
Um,
Hmm.
so I just wanted to point out that I do have a vested interest in this story, and but I don't we don't need to go into the details or anything. I just
No, it's fine. If you have a question, you can just ask. We can answer, no problem. If you want to know something, it's normal. I think
yeah. Well,
anyone who has a specific question can ask actually.
this AMA got off to a little bit of a strange start. Normally, the first thing we ask is what is the next important date for your project, and usually that would mean the next date
Hmm.
that you're collecting money, a seed sale or a launch date. So when is the next big date?
Hmm.
The next big date is the what's the name? The first pre-sale. So the
Whitelist,
whitelist one pre-sale.
whitelist
That
one
is
sale.
that is normally was supposed to happen 2 days, so in 2 days, but is a bit delayed while we are watching the market, how it goes with the market, because there is no way to keep going into into the step of a project when the market is down and no one is active. Like if we do this and we continue according to our roadmap, there is way more chance than when we arrive to the launch date. There is no
Yeah.
liquidity, to for the protocol to be something. So
Well, let me
So
ask
so
you
it,
this: why
yeah.
not just push the date out 4 weeks and just say, you know what, guys, the market is terrible right now. Let's reevaluate. Let's put the next date for 4 weeks out and then reevaluate in 3 weeks, rather than
Um. Hmm.
telling people, we don't have a date, we don't know when. My instinct just says, well, just push it out 4 weeks and see where you stand in three. I mean, at least then people know
Hmm.
what to expect because um, eh,
Yeah.
right now it's like what should people do? Just keep checking Discord every day? I mean, a lot of people work a 9 to 5 and they might only get on Discord twice a week. You know what I mean?
but the thing is, like, if we tell them in 4 weeks and in 2 weeks the market is great, what do? We
You
say
just
finally
Correct.
we stop, or
you just wait. You just wait 2 more weeks. I mean, what's the rush?
what's the rush?
Well,
I mean, like
I
so, a
can
lot, a
I
lot
can
of people
answer
who
it.
invested actually don't want to wait more. They are kind of impatient. Also, I don't think the team can, like, if we can do it in 2 weeks. I think, like, to me it's actually a bit clear, like, there is a way to know when we can when we can come back to the step we are supposed to follow, because people just need to be aware of the market. They just need to see, okay, is the market looking better? If it does, then yeah, we are back.
To put it, let's say in a simpler term,
Mm.
I think that DeFi moves very, very fast. And obviously, right now, it's the market sentiment is terrible. Um, I personally wouldn't feel comfortable um, telling our audience to wait 4 weeks. Obviously, I know that this is I was a part of the 2018 crash, and that was like a whole 2 year bear market, and those are times where the people that were still building protocols, I think came out strong, and no one knows where the market is headed right now. I'm not also saying that it's going to be a 2 year bear market from now, but this is why right now we had our dates set out since I think a couple weeks ago of where whitelist 1 and whitelist 2 sales were going to be happening, but just within a week we saw literally everything collapse. And so now we're at a point where yeah, maybe pushing something back a few days to a week could be something. We will be announcing that after a team meeting that we have within the team. But 4 weeks is it's a tough thing to go because I know that DeFi moves fast. But either way, we
Yeah,
do
exactly. There
think
is
of it
sometimes
as
there
an
is
opportunity
yeah, exactly right actually.
to build the community and build what we're building in the background, which I will be showing a sneak peek at the end of this AMA about that. And hopefully we can build the community and show them what we're building and grow from there.
Awesome. Let's see if the audience has any questions. And if anybody in the audience wants to raise their hand, that'd be wonderful. We'll bring you on stage right away. Um,
I do see a question in the chat.
yeah,
ASB was saying rebase tokens usually don't list on any SEX. Any plans to list on many major exchanges? Centralized exchanges are pretty tough. And obviously, we're still in our baby stages. We are looking more for strategic partnerships within Kronos.
Yeah.
We've obviously seen Kronos just boom within the past 5 months, and that's basically due to them, obviously, with them buying out the Staples Center name for 800 million, and pushing their DeFi wallet app and getting every protocol that has built on the Kronos chain onto the DeFi app, and has seen that they are doing God's work in terms of crypto adoption, I think, because a lot of other protocols that exist right now within, let's say, Phantom or AVAX or anything else, it's just a lot of the same money flowing back and forth through things. But Kronos literally made a DeFi app. They advertised to the masses and pushed their app and got a bunch of new users onto DeFi and onto Kronos because of their app. So we aren't right now looking to go to any major centralized exchange, but we are, in the works of trying to get partnerships with good DeFi protocols already on Kronos.
what other marketing are you guys going to do?
So marketing right now, we have done some YouTubers, but right now with the whole sentiment and what we've seen is that YouTubers are not a great way to go because we've seen a lot of, let's say, people pump their own bags. And so right now, basically, we are trying to grow organically in terms of marketing on Twitter, and getting people into the space through other protocols, Tomb Forks, and obviously other Titano forks, and doing AMAs like this, so that we can start to have people hear what we're about. This is actually our first AMA, and hopefully we can spread our voice across, the crypto space and see what it is that we have to build.
Oh, did you say that this is your first AMA?
That is correct.
Well, welcome. I'm glad it was with us. Thank you. And thank you guys again for being here. I know how busy you are, and I know how busy it is when you're a project founder in this space. I bet you guys have gotten, 3 or 5 DMs just during this AMA.
Oh yeah, for sure. Also, if it's possible, so if you're maybe recording your screen, maybe they can take a look at our website. I just sent it to you in a DM. I can put it in the chat as well, so that they can take a look at our artwork that we've invested in. We obviously want to bring good artwork into our NFTs as well as our whole website and everything that we're building.
I see you've got a countdown. This countdown's going to have to be changed, isn't it?
Correct. We had just announced that we're going to be changing the whitelist sale.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
website looks really good. I like it's sort of like, is it stone that the words are carved in? I like this green
Correct.
stone.
Yeah.
And then it's got a brief summary of the project. Do you guys want to talk about this slow decay model?
Yeah. Basically, obviously, rebasing tokens, um, they fight inflation, or they have to fight inflation. So we have it set in the code so that each week the APY is going to be tapering off little by little, and I'm in talks, with developers behind it, and as a team, we're going to try to choose the uh, best amount that works for the protocol.
You
But
mean the best amount of tapering?
correct.
Could you just explain? I don't really know what you mean by that. Could you just give me your best sort of summary of the tapering model? Explain it to me like like I'm 10 or something.
So, okay, in brief summary, it'll start off at, let's say, 95,000% APY, but it's going to be very hard to sustain, because you're minting so many new tokens, throughout everyone. That's what a rebase is. And so through the tapering model, that APY will come down over time. If that Hopefully that made sense,
When
Stephen.
does it start coming down?
From the first week,
The first week, and this
it'll
is
be minimal for right now,
is
but
this algorithmic or is it something that you manually will be doing
no, it's through the code.
in the code? Okay.
Yes,
Um, who came
not
up with
something manual.
this tapering idea?
That was actually our dev that had kind of brought it up, but we as a team thought that it would be necessary. I think that um, I'm in talks, obviously, with the team, and there were some things that were discussed, obviously, with some other people from, let's say, the original member, but this is something that we decided as a team to move forward with.
I got you. Yeah, I mean there was a lot of calls for um,
Hmm.
lower APYs in especially on crypto Twitter. People were saying, "Oh, lower APYs." I feel like that fundamentally misunderstands what DeFi is. Or at least what it is in this niche of ours with nodes, Titano forks, things like that. Um, I mean, human nature is we want
Hmm.
it and we want it now. There is we operate based on fear and greed. This is what most investing boils down to. And
Hmm.
we have a project called DreamFi. I say we, I mean me and the other founders of DreamFi.
yeah, I saw
Hmm.
this one.
It's a node project and it's offering 365% APR. And people have said, one guy said, "Oh, I expected better from you, Caraway. You know that's not sustainable." And like it was some big gotcha moment. And I said, "Of course it's not
Hmm.
sustainable. Compounding interest at 365% APR
Hmm.
is gonna wipe out the rewards pool in short order. I mean, it depends on how long inflows are coming in, but there is no amount of inflow in the world that can
Hmm.
match 365% APR. When you compound it, it becomes ridiculous. But the idea is you give people this the chance, the opportunity
Hmm.
to make money fast, and there will be winners and there will be losers, and this is something
Hmm.
that people should have no illusions to. But
Correct.
on the other side of things, we're building a treasury, and the treasury will be
Correct.
used for in our case, we're going to do fractionalized DAG nodes, but it could be used for anything.
Right.
In the future, I want to do one. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about how big Discord is, but
Hmm.
Discord is enormous, and there's this GameFi idea. I mean, people love GameFi, they love play to earn, but there has never yet been a game that is sort of the killer app. Now, Me 6 is coming out
Hmm.
with this. I don't know if you guys are aware, but you guys know what Me 6 is, right? It's the biggest
Yeah.
Yes.
bot on Discord. Do you guys know how many Discord servers there are?
Oh, you mean
Uh,
you seen Me 6? I saw the number, but I don't remember exactly how much right now.
I don't
It's
remember
actually a lot.
either, but it's staggering. It's hundreds of millions.
Yeah, it's hundred of
mhm.
what's
And the
100
amount of
millions?
the amount of money that is going through the Discord community is also staggering. So I've been having this
Mhm.
idea for some time. I've been kicking it around that maybe I can do a DeFi project and we'll use the treasury to build a Discord game bot using real money, using the Me 6 features, because Me 6 is promising that every single server, anybody that has this premium Me6 bot will be able to launch their own token. So we'll be able to use the Me6 features.
Mhm.
We might be
True,
able
yeah.
to use Me6 for everything, actually
Mhm.
program it within the Me6 bot. But the idea is we'll do a GameFi in Discord using perhaps Me6 or perhaps some other thing. And this is what the treasury would be used for. Now, this is something in the future, um,
Mhm.
but
It's
I
interesting actually. It's
don't you think
interesting.
that's a
Yeah.
good idea?
It's
Yeah. Like.
interesting. Like when you try to imagine it, you just want to see how it looks like in Discord with that bot when it's done. But the idea is
Exactly.
interesting, but it's like so new. Like I've never seen that before. Then yeah, it's really hard to imagine. Like you just want to see actually how it will
So,
look like.
so I've got some ideas for this. I mean, the main problem with Discord game bots is that they're ugly and they're slow. There's not
Exactly. Yeah.
not nearly enough pictures, not enough interactivity. But I wonder if we couldn't use ASCII just like the earliest days of internet gaming.
To be honest, I don't know what it is.
Oh, ASCII? Oh
Mhm.
man, what was this game called? The game might have been called NetHack. And this was one of the earliest online games with graphics because it used to be that they'd have something called a multi-user domain, a MUD. This was before EverQuest, before Ultima Online, but this was on the internet and people would play games and the games were completely text-based. Well, then
Mhm.
somebody came up with the idea that we could use text. ASCII just mean, I forget what it stands for, but just imagine all of the numbers, symbols, and letters and punctuation marks that you can make on a computer keyboard. They built a game where all of the map design was done with letters, numbers, and punctuation. And the little character that you controlled was, I think it was an at symbol, but I can't recall. I mean, this was 30 years ago. But
Uh-huh.
I just wonder if that wouldn't work to create pictures using ASCII just like they did 30 years ago. Um, and but hopefully Discord will evolve
Mhm.
what it's capable of because I would hate to design a whole game based on ASCII and then a month later they let you use something more powerful. Um,
Mhm.
but anyway, so we could talk about this all day. I used to be a big
Yeah.
gamer. Are you guys gamers or not really?
You said
I
pro
know
gamer?
Dark Active.
No, not programmer, just
Oh yeah,
gamer,
gamer.
just
Okay.
gamer. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot of people who plays like who are gamer in crypto actually. Actually, a lot of
Yeah, I think
gamers
so.
Oh,
who does
sure,
crypto.
because of the age demographic. I mean, it's all these guys in their 30s
Mhm.
and 20s. Of course, we're gamers.
Exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course. I used to be a gamer as well for a really, really long time.
What was your
Um.
what game do you think you had the most skill in?
MMORPGs.
Did you ever play Dark
Like
Age of Camelot?
no, I played World of Warcraft early. I played some games. Like lately, I played like for the last what year are we? Yeah, for the last 7 years, I played Guild Wars 2.
Oh, okay.
as
Yeah,
well.
I played Guild Wars 1, and
Yeah, you are.
I actually played World of Warcraft in beta. But believe it or not, my computer wasn't quite good enough, and so when the actual game came out, I didn't buy it. And by the time I had a new computer, I was in college, and I really wasn't that interested, or I didn't have the time. I was more of
Everyone has his own story about video games. Some people didn't even have the money to get one computer. Sometimes they got it later. Like every people we used to know had his own paths with video games. Let's say.
yeah. I actually won a contest on the internet, and they shipped me a PS2. It was a contest that was supposed to have like 8 or 9 steps, and I did step one, and nobody else completed step one. And sure enough, they sent me the PS2 right in the mail.
Oh, that's actually that's nice to know.
Yeah, it was because otherwise I never would have had a PS2. I mean, my parents weren't planning on buying me one.
It means that
Um,
fate had reserved something great for you. It
yeah,
means that even though you didn't have the money to get it, you got it anyway. So you are meant to play it. Actually, you're
yeah.
meant to play video games.
I had Tekken. I had Final Fantasy X. I forget what else I had. I had Twisted Metal Black.
Yeah,
Um,
all
but
these games.
but I didn't have the online feature. I think you had to buy a modem that plugged into your. Uh, anyway, let's get back to. We're at the hour mark. Do you guys want to say a few more words about Meta Dragons, and we'll see if there's any last minute questions that want to come in. Um,
Yeah, I was gonna say because we were a little bit in talks of treasury stuff. Um, and well, okay, yeah. In terms of treasury, this is stuff that I've seen through a lot of other protocols is that they don't do a lot of good treasury management in terms of like you can do a lot with that, right? And um, you can even you can farm stables if you want. You can you know invest in really good blue chip protocols. You can go as far as to investing in blue chip NFTs. Like this is obviously like there's different uh, risks to each one, but I think that it's the same thing as putting money in your bank, right? I think the whole reason why people got into crypto is because they wanted to make some more money aside from their bank. It's an investment, and what DeFi is you can make now potentially
Yeah, big X.
yeah, a big X on that. And I've seen so many protocols that just don't do anything with their treasury. And so that's something that we plan to do as well moving forward. And um, so hopefully that's something that people can see where we can grow the treasury based on obviously like the trading part is going to be very tricky, but that's something that is going to be um, assessed obviously and could be good for us right now because we're going into a bear market. Um, but in terms of having the treasury grow and yield farm in some stuff and good blue chip coins, I think that's something that's a lot of projects don't actually actively do,
what does that mean?
and we're looking
Bitcoin
to do
and
that.
Ethereum?
Yeah, in terms of blue chips, it would be Bitcoin and Ethereum. But um, there's obviously you can stablecoin farm and loop as well. Looping gets pretty dangerous though. I understand that. You're aware of looping or somewhat what people call folding, correct?
Tell me what that is. I think that's where you take leverage and then you invest the leverage.
Correct. So you can potentially, let's say, this is what MIM does on their degen box, which is they. I hate the fact that they make the leverage 70% or something, which is pretty crazy to take 70% out on your um, loan is crazy. But and it takes a lot of stablecoin knowledge as well, which we've seen from obviously the huge depeg on UST, and then people trying to depeg USDT. Um, if people study up on their stablecoins, you can kind of find out which ones are more cash backed. And basically, it would be like what folding is you take out. a loan on let's say some stable coins, and you get those stable coins, and then you provide more collateral and take out some more loans, and then you can
Yeah,
you
and
can
it possibly
essentially
leads to
leverage
a
that. Yeah,
massive liquidation event. Let's
right.
say that you guys buy a bunch of Ethereum and Ethereum goes up to 10K. How does your investor access his portion of the gains?
Oh, in terms of our treasury,
Yes.
that's something that we have we will be disclosing later, but it's a secret. Let's just say that.
Do you see any issue with that in terms of like as a potential investor, that's not something that I want to be secret. I want to know that if your treasury 10x's that I'll be able to receive some benefit.
Oh yes, absolutely. Like that's the whole point, right? We want to make it so that both people that are playing in our protocol, whether it be with our token or with our NFT, they are rewarded. And I can't really disclose any more than that right now, only because that is something that we do want to keep secret. But we want to release information little by little on,
Yeah,
especially on something like that.
because sometimes when you think about information that you can release, there may be some stuff added to it. There will be more details, a lot of stuff. Like the thing is, whatever we build around the protocol, anything like any features or whatever, it's always supposed to go. There is always supposed to be a gain or a benefit for investors. Actually, there is nothing that we will do supporting the protocol or feature to it that will just be like that, not rewarding the investors. So the idea is around that, but for the specific details, yeah, it will come later. We always want to make sure that anytime we release any information, it will be 100% accurate and prepared. It's important.
Fair enough. Does anybody in the audience want to get in a last minute question? Um, and while people think about that and type that out, I just want to say thank you for the audience members that have joined us. I think we are wrapping up, and don't worry, Zartak and Ice K, if there's anything else that you guys want to say, we've got time, but
Mhm.
it is the time that
Right.
we need to start
I
wrapping.
Yeah, I know it was getting close to that time, and I sent you a link. This is something that I just wanted to sneak peek
Would
for
you
people
like
to
me
see.
to open this and get it in the video?
Yes, that'd be great.
Do you even have the right? I don't see how you can do that actually. I don't think we have the right to open a video on the AMA channel.
Oh no, he's talking. He's recording on his screen.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah,
yeah.
of course. Then yeah, you can do it.
Um, but yeah. So we have said before that we are working on a multi-sig, and we will be releasing more of this later. I was hoping to be able to kind of show everyone and demonstrate all the different you know nooks and crannies of it on this AMA, but hopefully they can see that we are you know very close to being able to launch this. Right now, the Chronos Safe is the multi-sig name that we're going with, and um, uh, we will be showing that. But that's something that right now the Chronos blockchain doesn't have a multi-sig, and
Yeah, there's none.
we have made a multi-sig DApp for Chronos blockchain, so every protocol can make a multi-sig for their protocols. That was something that we were kind of blown away that there wasn't a multi-sig existing. And so we took advantage of that and are going to launch this multi-sig and launch our protocol with this multi-sig in place. And
We'll be using
uh,
the multi ourselves for the protocol, but yeah, everyone else can use it as well on the
Will
blockchain.
there will there be a fee for other projects that want to use ChronoSafe?
no, this is to make the safe space, obviously safer. The space safer. And this is something that we realize, Chronos um, needs right now, and I'm surprised that no one has really brought it up.
Yeah,
But
surprising
this
actually.
is and it's good to see that there are some great protocols on this, but on Chronos. But in terms of getting a multi-sig onto Chronos, it's going to be something that is necessary and hopefully makes the space a lot safer. And you can also see that, we are the creators of it. It has our logo on the website itself, and
Yeah,
that's going to be another way,
that's a really good
to
idea.
market.
I think that's going to be awesome, and if it helps projects in the future, then it helps all of us, right? If it helps to grow DeFi, then everybody should support it. We've got some good questions coming here.
Hmm.
Foot says, "What is the plan behind having such a large initial supply?" That's not a great question, but I think that it's um, only because who's to say? I mean, compared to what? But do you guys want to go ahead and address that?
In terms of, we've looked at other protocols as well. This is based on providing, obviously, tokens for liquidity, and people in whitelist 1, whitelist 2, and pre-sale. We've, slashed our team tokens, and the partnerships is there for. I personally think it's a pretty low number. People are free to go about, looking at other Titano forks, but I personally think that we've been very fair on this, and the large amount of supply is, I think, really, it's not necessarily the amount of supply that you start with, as long as you know that they're going to the actual investors. If there's a big chunk going to the team and a big chunk going to marketing and stuff, that's kind of where I start to kind of question things. So
Well, his next question
hopefully.
actually addresses this. He says YouTubers were mentioned as not the way for marketing. I don't know if he means in your Discord or on a document somewhere, but he says, "Why such a high
Sure.
marketing allocation?" This is another sort of
Mhm.
a question that is
Mhm.
it's debatable whether it is such a high marketing allocation. But yeah, go
Mhm.
ahead and speak to that. I mean, when you are doing a partnership,
Mhm.
right, you're
Yes.
offering them an allocation for them to then sell after launch rather than paying them um,
Correct.
upfront. Are you guys aware of the Obsidian Council sort of
Yes.
scandal that's been going on?
But
Mhm.
what do we mean about partnership? Like I don't get exactly.
Well, it says
Did we make a partnership
partnerships on the
on
You're
pie
the
talking
roadmap?
about
chart.
And what
no
about
on the
the deal in the partnership that are supposed to be made? Is there any? I don't think we said exactly
so no
what
no
is it.
no marketing tokens are going to be, or
Yeah,
the
there's
marketing
not.
tokens themselves, or partnership tokens, are not going to be going to YouTubers or anything. That
Yeah,
is
exactly.
more like strategic partnerships with big protocols. Um, so it's almost like an, a way we have to, as ourselves, be have to be able to, you know think of partnerships in a way where the a small amount that we have right now, we're not going to be using that to, give to some other protocol and for them to dump. This is why we have a lot of strategic meetings inside right now. For example, I will say that, um, every new protocol that launches, they have a choice of what tokens to pair with. And when you pair with a token, that gives that token a use case, right? Another use case. So this is things that, each protocol can choose when they launch. But we are, that's just one of the very few things that we're trying to think about. Each literal decision that we make can be used for, um, let's say, leveraging might not be the right way, but leveraging it with other protocols and see what it is that each protocol wants for their token. And if we can potentially get some, you know, uh, let's say, tokens for liquidity, or a big strategic partnership in, what we saw with, like, for example, Sphere and Tetu, right? Those were over the counter, um, trades that they made for each protocol. They're helping each other. So hopefully, if you can think about those partnership tokens in that manner, um,
So the thing
and
is
not
like to make it more simple, when you try to make a partnership with another protocol, so a strategic partnership we call it, you always try to of course always have a deal that will always benefit the community. So no matter what it is,
Mhm.
no matter what we discuss with anyone, either it's a LP pool, either it's a strategic partnership when it comes to sharing some asset from protocol, etc. It's always designed in a way that, of course, it will benefit the protocol. It will never ruin the investor or the protocol itself. Like if it wasn't benefiting the protocol, we will not do any partnership. So it will always be beneficial. But the thing is, we cannot really explain, for example, the kind of partnership that we have or we will have because you always have to first to launch your like kind of like not launch but like launch your the phase before the relaunch of your project. So a project has to kind of show a little bit of what you have, what you can do, how you evolve, how you progress, and then people approach you, or you can allow yourself to approach some people and start some talk with them. So it's never something that we can have ready from the beginning. It's something that happens later, and then according to the talks and when it's done, it's decided, and we literally know that okay, this will benefit the protocol. It's actually a good plan. It's actually a good strategy to partner with those this protocol, etc. Then we announce it and we explain exactly the terms of the partnership. So then people can have information. But of course, like the only thing, like right now, we cannot really explain like, oh, we will do this partnership and this will be the terms, right? Because there is none. Like there is discussion about it, but there is no partnership set
I
and done
understand.
that we can actually explain in the details. So it's literally like it's pretty much trust. Like either people think that we cannot get a good deal or not. It's really what people think actually. There's no
I see. So just to summarize what Zartak is saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you're saying point number one, the partnership allocation will not be going to YouTubers. Point number one,
correct.
right?
yeah, exactly.
Point number
Partnership doesn't
two,
mean marketing. Yeah.
the partnership allocation will be going to places that will benefit the protocol, and this is
Hmm.
will be the result of strenuous discussions, debates, and it'll only go to the best partnerships. You guys aren't going to do any
Correct.
partnerships that you believe are going to hurt the protocol in the long run. So it's sort of
Absolutely.
if you believe in the direction that the team is taking the project, you should also believe that these partnership tokens will be a net benefit.
Hmm.
It has to
And
be, otherwise there is no reason. And also, something I want to precise about the allocations. When you allocate, it means that you plan to have, like let's say it's a case scenario. Let's say, for example, if you need this amount of money, it means it will never go up this number, but it can happen that if you allocate a certain amount of money for marketing or whatever is in the pie that we planned, it doesn't mean that everything will be used. Like for example, when someone asks, how come the allocation is so high? It's in case of like we allocated this amount of money for marketing, but it doesn't mean we will use all the money for marketing. So everything that
mhm,
we judge on the way, on the progress that is not necessary to use, will go to liquidity.
Okay, that's good.
And so far, I can actually update on that. So far, from what we've seen and what we judge right now with the evolution, etc., with the progress we are making, we really do not think that we will use the amount we said we will use for marketing. I don't even think it will be half of it. So yeah, that's as far as I can say.
mhm,
We actually did let's say we made some sort of test, let's say, of marketing to see, because when you go on another blockchain, things can be a little bit different. Like it's never the same game. You really have to like there's no everything when you come in the blockchain and start your project, even though you've been doing some digging, some information research, etc. That it doesn't mean that you know everything, right? There is some stuff that you learn on the way, and you always have to adapt. So the thing is, um, we've been doing a different sort of marketing at first, and we know that, like at least the main marketing we aim to have is organic growth, like literally through our own social networks, through all the things we do on our own Discord, and it actually works. It's actually working. It's actually going well. So that's why we on the way, on the progress, we decided to base our main marketing, our overall main marketing on that, and only add some extra if we judge really important to do it. Otherwise, we won't do it.
So just to be clear, no native tokens will be used to pay influencers or marketers or
Yeah, no, never.
Correct.
okay, okay.
Correct.
ASB asks, in case of NFT
Yeah.
mint does not sell out, will you burn some of the collection?
Wait,
But
burn some of the collections.
I think
Oh,
IceK
you mean
wants to
for the
say something.
marketplace, for the secondary market?
what was that, Karo?
Did you want to say something, IceK? It sounded like you were
Yeah.
interjecting.
That's not something that we have planned right now. We want
Mm.
the 4,000 to exist, and that's going to be there. That's a strategy that we leave there. If we start to burn some things, then it starts to mess with some people's strategy as well of how they wanted to get into the protocol. So
That makes sense.
um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Will marketing be paid in stablecoins or native tokens, as there's a chance that influence do dump the native? Okay. That was a question that we did answer just a second ago. But yeah, basically, we've been just no marketing tokens will be going to YouTubers, and we're using what we made from seed to launch this protocol. Yeah.
So, something I want to say, like, if anyone here, like, doesn't feel like asking a question about something that was already said because someone missed something and want to ask a question about what has been said at the beginning or something like that, literally anything you can ask. Like we can even repeat if someone wants to know something.
Yeah, or feel free to jump in our Discord and ask us as well.
Okay, I think you guys have some whitelists that you wanted to bestow upon our audience members. Can I go ahead and post that link?
Yes,
Yeah, we
that'd
have
be
a Google
great.
Form actually
If
for.
anybody in the audience wants to fill out this form that I have posted in the MetaDragons AMA channel, you will receive a whitelist.
Yes. So, thank you for everyone that was here and had a chance to listen to us talk. And yeah, the Google Forms there is to make sure that people are educated and about our protocol and hopefully get them excited about what's to come. And we'll see you in our Discord and at Whitelist One as well.
There will literally be all the information that anyone needs. So whoever wants to know more, everything is on the Discord. There will be some sneak about literally everything we will do in the next few days on the NFTs, how it will look like, literally everything. So if anyone needs any more information, you're also free to ask on the Discord, on the chat. One of the team member will answer, and yeah, the announcement will pretty much say everything
Good, excellent.
in the
So,
announcement channel.
any more questions you guys have, they'd be happy to answer them over in their Discord. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, everybody in the audience. And
Yeah, thanks to you,
Yeah,
you're
thank you,
Caraway,
Caraway.
now that you changed your name.
yeah, I made an announcement because people kept calling me in Caraway, and I guess that's my fault. But yeah, Caraway is good. In was short for something else. All right, thank you guys again, and good AMA, right?
Yes,
Yeah, it
thank
was
you very
good.
much.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll get you this. I'll upload this to YouTube immediately, and I'll get you the link.
Great, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for coming. Have
Yeah.
a good day.
Have a good one.